You can't get, it's gone again.
Go ahead, please. Just go ahead.
Oh, God. So, but you know how this matters happen? Lawyers need to now step up to the plate and say, you know what? We got you from here. It's not every matter that goes to police station. Come to your lawyer. Your lawyer goes to court. And the bailiffs will serve the person, and the person comes to court. It doesn't even have any business in the police station, you know? Because police station is court, is jury and judge and everything in Nigeria.
And then you'll be telling you, why did you, you'll be hearing, you, why did you do this? Why did you do that? No.
And
no,
some of them do not have training in mediation or law. Even if they are law enforcement, it doesn't mean they understand the law.
The law, yeah.
As deeply as lawyers would. So shout out to all the lawyers out there. It's time for you people to step up and protect your profession. And fellow Nigerians, not be every matter they go police station.
Okay, for people watching us, we're really sorry that the feed keeps cutting off. Trying as much as we can to get it out. Anyway, so police people, in fact, according to the PSC, they're saying that police that are involved in this, that are caught in this, are going to be sanctioned appropriately. And I think it's needed. It's not even just Nigerians. But even the police, we all know that the police force needs a lot of cleaning up to do.
Dolupo, you see, at times when I hear some of these things, I just see the reverse effect and reverse psychology in the whole matter. It's like when they say lecturers must not sell handouts to students again. Okay.
Oh, okay. So BT616 says, I was asking why Sola is dressed like a project supervisor. I don't understand. On a Friday for that matter. What's happening? Why?
I have projects.
What's happening?
I have project to supervise.
Like, what happened, Gogo?
I actually have projects on a TGIF. You guys don't go keep us. You know, so, but no more.
Anyway,
I'm just happy that they've made this pronouncement, but how real will it be? How well will they enforce?
It.
And who's going to enforce? Who's going to enforce matters with police?
The police now.
Okay.
According to them, they say that they're by themselves. Okay, now moving on from that. See, there are quite a lot of things that I just want to push out a lot of this gist, and then we move on. Now, a wanted baron who the NDLEA said that has been linked to a couple of arrests in the past couple of years. There's been a lot of drug mules who have mentioned this person's name
as their daddy.
As their daddy has now officially been arrested, and I think that's
the baron doesn't have a name. Is he Baron Devol?
I don't know.
Or Baron Romero? Every time drug mules are arrested, you know, you just wonder, like,
Barry Shine.
Sorry?
Barry Shine. According to
that's not his real name.
Alhaji. Everybody's Alhaji. Suleiman Ganiyu Aremu.
Okay, that's his real name. That's his government name.
That's his government name. No, not the Alhaji. Suleiman Ganiyu Aremu is his government name. Alhaji Suleiman Ganiyu Aremu is, you know.
And he's been elusive now. Yeah,
except for the past 2 years. But now he has now been arrested. He's said to be the MD CEO of Barry Shine Suleiman Nigeria Limited.
No, what did they say apart from drugs?
How is I don't know. That one you answered by yourself.
You know, criminals always one step ahead of law enforcement, or that's what they try to do, always thinking, you know, and creating problems for you and me. Drugs are one of the worst things that anybody could be trading in. Look at the effects it has on people's lives, how people just go from, even if it's one particular manageable level to the lowest of all levels. You see them eyes sunken, you know, everything shriveled, and you're like, go kill shele gongo, no? But the person is actually into ingesting drugs and everything. And the sad part is that you see these dealers, they don't take them, so it never really affects them.
It never really affects
doesn't
them.
affect anybody in their family. They know how
It's
to
sad.
protect
It
their
is
own.
sad.
You
It
know,
is sad. However, you know what you're doing is wrong. But kudos to NDLEA, like you had said, is one thing to take these drug mules, but where the production or even where the person from the top is coming, if those people are actually arrested, it breaks off one of the chains of this thing. So I think it's just great what the NDLEA is doing. That's whether we like it or not. Those people are actually doing really good. Updates from Maiduguri as NEMA is saying that the flood is receding and normalcy is beginning to happen in the state capital. Also, Adamawa State has also donated 50 million naira and 6 speedboats to Borno State.
So there's a movement on Twitter. Someone started this donation to this organization that's helping people out there in Borno. And I kind of shared the thing. I intend to. The guy was like, "Can we get 1,000 Nigerians to donate 1,000 naira?" You get, but 10 people had already put out. 6 people already put out 100K under 5-10 minutes. So it looks like people are going to jump on board. We're quick to say justice for this person, or help Gaza, or help the UK, or what. But
the one that is right.
The one here, Borno.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Again, the allegations of the lack of maintenance is becoming louder. There are allegations that some funds were allocated for the maintenance of this dam and it wasn't done. I hope government will look into it, because what is costing them is more than...
because now it doesn't even make any sense, because the amount of money you're going to use to rehabilitate people, the kind of damage it has caused, even to infrastructure and all that. And that's one that amazes me the most when I hear a lot of this, what's the word now? A lot of these things, like there's so much harm you are causing yourself. It just doesn't make any sense. But we'll see where all that is going to. Just wanted to give you an update on that. Also, Lagos State has announced an 8-week traffic diversion. This is for Lagos State people. For basically, this is basically for people plying Eco Bridge. So Eco Bridge is going to be cut off for about 8 weeks.
I was around this time last year too that we went through the rigors of the same. I think it's the same Eco Bridge, or it was one by Apomo.
Yeah.
Abi, whatever. It was just one of those bridges to the island, and it wasn't nice. So the traffic was crazy. And again, here we go. But this is maintenance. Don't you want them to maintain the bridges?
Exactly. At the end of
is it not better that they maintain it than the thing just goes?
At the end of the day, when you look at it,
we need to go through the pain for 8 weeks. Hopefully, the 8 weeks timeline will be kept to, or even faster.
Than that.
It's the same thing that's happening in the Ojota axis of Lagos now, and I think they should be rounding up, because that one too is supposed to be
it definitely is hectic. Now let's move on from that. Interesting news. Now, where do we even start from? First things first, maybe we should even move to a bit of sports. And sadly, there are a few conversations around that. The Falconets at the Colombia 2024, the under 20 World Cup, they actually got eliminated by Japan.
Japan came into this with a 100% record at the group stage. The Falconets on their own part had lost 1 and won 2. Japan on paper are stronger than us, and they showed it. But the girls actually stuck to their guns, and they did a whole lot. They were not steamrolled or bamboozled or beaten. No, they were not disgraced. Yes, they're out, but I'm really impressed with the way they played.
The work that they've done,
and how there were a lot of talent in this team. How you hope that a few of them will graduate into the main team, the Super Falcons, because some of those legs are getting old anyway. So you need to bring in
definitely
fresher players. But congratulations to Nigeria. At least you went as far as the second round. It's not a bad result.
Exactly. Now, also, the Super Falcons do not have a coach again, as Randy Waldron has now pulled out again. At this time, he's citing health conditions of his wife.
Yeah, so Randy Waldron just a few moments ago was talking about how much he loved working in Nigeria, working with the team and all of that. And one arrangement that he has with the Nigerian team is that he gets to keep his regular job in America, working in a school, and he actually used that to help at least one Super Falcon player, at least one. And it shows how much he's willing to give back to the team and all of that. Wasn't a big fan of his, until recently when he started, really understanding the team, and it's gone.
Yeah.
This is not good. The Super Eagles do not have a permanent coach now. The Super
Falcons as well. We're back to... So anyway, we'll see where all that drama is going to. The sports minister. So the 8th National Youth Games officially opened in Asaba as well.
Yeah, Senator John Ewa Eno, representing the president, flagged it off today. I've been in touch with a few people, and one of the best things that I've heard is the screening process. It's the National Youth Games. People are going there with under 23 and under 25 players. And some other people are coming with 14, 15-year-old kids. This is the bane of Nigerian sports development.
What's the cap?
I think it's 15, 16. People are going there with old men and women. Why do we do these things?
Why do we do these things?
So they.
But if it's youth, except it's like specified, you can't.
It is specified.
Okay.
They know it's a National Youth Games. They know it's for teenagers and all of that, and not even as high as 18 self. It's just for little kids. You're supposed to be in secondary school or something like that. Do you understand? But here we are, and the sad part is this: people have not realized how that has drawn Nigerian sports back.
Yeah.
You bring older players to play against younger players. You have stunted the growth of the young players. That's one. Two, your older players will now win.
And then they don't even have the longevity.
They go out and play international, and they have short-lived careers, And again, the sad part is when they really step up to the prime of their careers, the people they are competing against are better and faster than them.
Yeah, because they're still younger.
Stronger,
at the end of the day.
We need to stop this age cheat thing. So kudos to the ministry and all the organizers out there. They are in Delta State as we speak for the National Youth Games. They've done well with the screening. Organization is looking good. And hopefully we'll be able to, discover new talents.
New talents with that. Okay. Now, still talking about sports, something that is a little controversial today is the English Premier League has released their monthly awards, and they released the last one that they've released now is the month of August, which is supposed to be the first one for this season. Interesting news, as there's a lot of results or a lot of people that have for the goal of the month. Cole Palmer won that, where he scored against Wolves. Interesting news from that. Player of the month was won by Erling Haaland, where he had 7 goals.
Is that in doubt?
I don't think that is in doubt, exactly. Interesting news from there. Also, there is the save of the month by David Raya, his reflex against Aston Villa. Like I said, a lot of those things are not in doubt. And the Premier League debut of the month is Brighton and Hove's... the manager of the month, actually. Manager of the month was won by Brighton and Hove's manager.
Yeah, it's said to be one of the youngest ever to win that award.
Yeah, Fabian Hosler.
And he had a good result, against some teams.
So, according to the games, they played 3 games in the month of August. And and according to the stats, the 4 contenders were Liverpool, that had 3 games and they won 3 games. Manchester City, that had 3 games and won 3 games. Arsenal, that had won 2 games and drew 1. And Brighton, that had won 2 games and also drawn 1.
So even on the strength of games won,
On the strength of games won,
Brighton
issue,
do not deserve. The
Brighton,
manager does not
yeah,
deserve
the
to
manager
win.
does not deserve to win.
That should have be between Pep Guardiola and Arne Slot.
Now, if we arrange it by games won and games and goals conceded, on that list he would be number 4. 2, that's 2. Number 3 is that Arne Slot did not only just win his 3 games. If we're looking at, he too also is his first time in the Premier League. Also, they finished the month of August without any goals against.
Yeah, 100%.
They finished with 3 clean sheets. 3 clean sheets. Keep in mind, one of those games was beating Manchester United
at Old Trafford.
That is beating a Big 6, a Premier League Big 6 at home. 3-0 is there's nothing.
Arguably the biggest result
in the month of August, and then you bypass that person. You bypass the person that in 3 games they already have 9 goals and 3 wins. You bypass that person. Then you'll now bypass the other person that has 2 wins and 1 draw, and in 3 games, 1 goal conceded. You bypass that person, and then you give it to Brighton's manager. Make it make sense.
Yeah. In my opinion also, like, I totally agree with what Dolupo has established there. I don't think that the Brighton manager was the best in the month of August in the Premier League. I think Arne Slot and Pep Guardiola, one of them actually deserved to get this, and most likely should have been Arne Slot of Liverpool. But I don't like that his second name, Slot.
I have no words for you.
Thank you.
Anyway, I said my own. Let's know what we are doing, because at this point, I don't know what a lot of people are talking about. Interestingly, so that is that. Just wanted to put that out there. I'm angry about it though, but what do I know?
Drink water.
Anyway, still moving on from that.
Drink water.
Cristiano Ronaldo has now become the first athlete to have 1 billion followers on social media.
How do you have 1 billion followers?
This entertainment people have now. Yes, sir. All these other people have it. All them Taylor Swift and all this. There are a lot of people. All those people have it. So he's the first athlete to have it. So that's cool.
I'm not saying that people don't have it. I'm talking from my own perspective.
Oh, like how do you have 1 billion followers, people follow you on social media? So I'm guessing this is like everybody, all these social media handles.
Yeah,
right?
all. How do you cope? You know, like, I'm sure that there must be something on the social media apps that limits people who can get in touch with you, that limits the notification. You probably don't even have any notification
at this point.
Because me at times, I'm going through notifications like, who am I?
Yeah, you know the funny thing, that thing actually does cross my mind. You know, you get notifications when people like your post or comment, and then you see some post and then there's like 20-something thousand.
But you know what I noticed?
Likes.
You know what I noticed? Okay. This happened to me a couple of times when I had maybe a tweet that really got popular. You don't see all. You don't see it all.
Is it that those notifications don't come, or you just there are just a lot that you can't go
It won't drop. But it's later that you're now like, oh wow, this person also left a comment. I didn't see this one. So you don't get to see everything. So that's why I understand now that it's not as if some people are actually boning you on social media, especially Twitter. They won't say it because the volume is just crazy. And when you go and check out, you're like, 51,000 views, and they're like 500 retweets and 200 bookmarks and 1,000 comments. You're like, okay, 1,000 comments.
What am I supposed to do with this?
How now? Are you gonna respond to 1,000 comments? You know, some of us had that problem before, but these days I'm like, man, it's all right. Like, because I really don't get why. What I meant by some of us had the problem is that I feel that everybody deserves a reply, even if the person is abusing you. Worst case is thank you, God bless you.
No, not everybody deserves a reply.
Everybody, or you just say, be like, you're like, do you understand? No. So there's a new song by Reminisce and Bad Boy teams. There's a in the title. So he just said the person.
Anyway, we're moving away from that, and we're going with a little bit of gist from entertainment since we're going to that. Now, Mr. Portable seems to be in the news a lot these days for attacking people.
Yeah, he knows that people don't get. A lot of people don't know what that guy is doing. I think he's a smart guy. He doesn't care what he loses by way of reputation or whatever. He gains it by way of engagement.
Okay, he probably...
He stays relevant.
If he's not careful, he will land in jail.
Well, good luck to him.
So...
He says he's a big man.
Okay. On this point, that's all I can say. Okay. So basically, one of his issues or one of the things that he has done, I think in the past 2-3 days or last 1 week, he has beaten up 2 people. Yeah. First, it was a pastor that came to his bar
to preach. Mm-hmm.
Second was the person he claimed to have paid money for a car, and the person had not. I think there's a video now of him now finally getting the car that he had paid for.
Again.
Sorry. I wanted to say that now there's an update on that, as the interesting part now is that a gospel musician, the person of Testimony Jaga, has said that he has given Portable 3 days ultimatum to apologize to the pastor.
Oh.
And that he would wait.
Or what will happen now?
He has not said what will happen.
Okay, all of us will be waiting with...
yes, we're waiting.
With testimony. Yeah, I don't like people chatting.
I honestly think that you cannot be hitting people. I think that at this point,
like
somebody needs to get arrested.
Like I really wanted to say when you opened this talk about him assaulting people twice in the past 3 or 4 days and recording it himself and putting it out. He goes live all the time. And he finds me. I like Portable. I like his business sense. I like his verve. Yeah, can I make my point? Because you don't like him doesn't mean other people don't. I like what he's doing.
I was just asking.
But get out.
Okay.
But I know that he's overdoing it too. I wish he had some kind of strong management, but it's his own management. That could tell him, what, get off the phone. Shut it down. I seen a video where Burna Boy's sister was taking the phone from him and all of that.
Yeah.
And even he says, they don't collect phone again. So at times you see Burna Boy is not on social media for months or weeks. Do you understand? We're all human. You get. I wish he had that kind of support system. Sadly, he doesn't.
Does he look like someone
what he does not understand, and I hope someone gets to him quick, assault is a crime.
Huge one, actually.
And you have also provided video evidence. The day he had assaulted one of his former record label signees, the boy wrote a petition.
Yeah,
and Portable was arrested. And he has quickly forgotten that. So a pastor came to preach at your beer parlor. But dear pastor, what do you say go do for there? That's one.
Should I be honest? I think that some of this, even though I'm a Christian, I think that some people actually overdo some of this.
Yeah, what do you go do for Portable? It's not just a beer parlor. It's Portable's beer parlor.
It's a beer parlor. I know that, yes, we're supposed to preach and evangelize and all that. However, wisdom is,
Well, so, but guess what? That does not give Portable the right to beat anybody.
Right. You could have said, I don't want you here. Please leave and all that nicely. You could have just said it nicely. He needs to leave.
And he's so hands-on, like literally hands-on. He has boys around there that you'll be like, oh, I didn't touch the person. I don't know who did.
Yeah, honestly.
But he's the one that is always leading the charge.
He's threading the path to prison.
All this pastor needs to do is just get that video online, download it, and write a petition.
Exactly. It's very, it's a very dangerous path he's going on. However, he has now welcomed the second child with his 4th baby mama.
Congratulations.
Interestingly, there's something I wanted to actually talk about, and this was, I think it was gist that I wanted to give from yesterday. Part of the gist that we couldn't get through yesterday. And this particular one was kind of very disturbing. Why I said so was that so there is a particular model that in Switzerland that was allegedly murdered and pureed in a blender by her husband. And what I wanted to say was, where I know that, like, yeah, God knows everything and all that, but even at times I feel that the devil will, like, are you people okay? Are you people evil? How evil could you get? And you know why this was sad for me was, remember last week the athlete that died after ex-boyfriend lit her up? Literally.
Yeah, she just got back for the from the Olympics, and this happened to her. This other lady that Dolupo was talking about actually contested in a beauty pageant not long ago. And just yesterday, the news broke about a university student that also killed another girl again.
Yeah.
You get, and he had sold body parts and also got ransom from the girl's parents. The same MO. Two evil things. One in Lagos, the other one in Kogi. And it's becoming like a trend, you know. There's a lot of violence, especially against women, and it's becoming like a trend and everything. Government, you need to make a scapegoat of these people. I suggest the maximum punishment possible.
I think it's just
I didn't say anything. I just said maximum.
Honestly, is
people start to misconstrue.
What do you mean by maximum? Like, yeah.
Just maximum punishment, that's all. Because it has to stop.
It definitely...
And it's becoming a trend now.
It definitely has to stop. Also, moving on, there was something yesterday, very interesting news, as American musician had actually talked a woman off a ledge in Nashville. And I think it's such a nice...
It's a big deal.
It's such a... Like, you know, when you talk about all this bad news... But when, like, good news comes up, we should actually also celebrate it and talk about it a lot.
Yeah, especially in the month of September, where it is symbolic, you know, you're talking about mental health issues, suicide prevention and everything, and how something similar happened in Nigeria. Yeah, you know, I think it was Third Mainland a couple of days ago. It didn't go viral because it's good news, you understand?
Exactly, yeah, those kind of things. So I feel that we should actually always talk about some of these things.
So, having worked closely with mental health experts and everything, suicide is not a joke. Anybody that threatens to do it, please don't leave them alone. Please guide and guard them. Please help them walk through those dark patches that they are going through. You know, humanity, we need each other, no matter how strong you think you are. Somebody weaker needs you. And at times, you're the weak one in the equation, but it doesn't really matter. It's not about pride or ego. I think it's Bon Jovi. What's his name again?
John Bon Jovi.
Yeah. A big shout out to him. Thank you for saving, you know,
that lady.
That life.
Definitely.
And guys, please, especially men, speak. Don't keep it inside. Speak to someone.
Okay, now moving on from that, so let's talk a bit of sports stories. However, they're kind of a bit controversial. But before we move on from that, the hearing of Manchester City's FFP 115 charges is supposed to start on Monday. There was also an interview with Pep Guardiola, and he's saying that today, where he had said that he actually welcomes it, that it needs to, and which makes sense, it needs to happen and get it over with quickly.
Yeah, he's of the belief that nothing's gonna happen, so let them do it quickly so that they can move on to the next one.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Now, moving on from that, also, I don't know how this is, I don't know how Nigerians will take this. People don't take this nicely. Nigerians are not nice people sometimes. As it's looking like next AFCON qualifiers, Ghana might actually start going to have to play in Nigeria.
No, so they have the option of 3 countries where they can go and beg to use their stadium to play.
They better not come to Nigeria.
And as much as I like the Ghana-Nigeria rivalry, it will be the biggest
mistake of their life if they try it.
Charlie, go to Cote d'Ivoire.
Go anywhere.
Go to Morocco.
Nigerians will
Charlie,
invade those stadiums.
Charlie, go to South
They
Africa.
won't mind using their money to come and watch the game just to finish.
They won't even, you know the sad part? What about the reverse? You will not see a single soul in the stadium.
Ghanaians will come and watch the game.
How many are they that they will go to Uyo? It's not even Lagos. You know?
Oh, is Uyo the one to use? Not even Lagos.
How many stadiums does Nigeria have approved by CAF?
They come to Lagos now.
Which stadium has played a CAF game in Lagos in the last 3 years?
Okay, true,
it's Uyo that they will go.
Nigerians, please
don't Ghana, for your own advice.
Please
don't come here.
Please don't come to Nigeria.
I like the banter. I like poking you guys, and I know you like poking us too. And we're brothers.
Don't come to Nigeria.
Oh, how do you guys say we're brothers? You know, Chale.
Now you have started.
No, it's just banter. Please go to Morocco.
Anywhere.
We're brothers, but we go popo now. We would have joked with too much Nigeria Ghana banter that this will be the final one.
Not even be nice at all.
Don't come to Nigeria.
Okay. Also, there's quite a bit of talk from a lot of footballers as well, as Aston Villa's star has been accused of assaulting a cameraman after their Argentina defeat. I think it was probably anger that they lost the game, and they were said to have assaulted the cameraman, and they're investigating that at the moment. Also, Tottenham star Rodrigo is said to be charged by the FA for an offensive comment about his fellow teammates. However, he was talking about the country, but he seemed to just stray bullets to his teammates. And I think that these are things that actually need to be nipped in the bud before you know it now. Because there's things when we talk about racism and some of these things, it definitely needs to be nipped in the bud quickly. Also, the CBN is not playing at all. Now, let's move back quickly before we actually go. The CBN is not playing at all as they're directing service providers to commence POS transaction tracking. And like I said, I know you had complained about it yesterday. Does that not mean that, because the reason why a lot of people go through these POS things is because it's cheaper, it's faster. Well, doesn't that mean all these things that CBN is doing to track a lot of POS transactions now, wouldn't it make the process slower?
It could be. It might make it slower, but we must pick and choose now: security or convenience. You know, at this point, there are too many crimes being, perpetrated with the use of the point of sale machine or the terminal, the POS. So, hey, if you have to wait, I'd rather go with a more secure Nigeria, than a place where it's all about transactions going through faster.
Now, finally, before we go, U.S. court has now sentenced an American to 40 years in prison after beheading Go-Karting Nigeria founder.
Yeah, remember how the Go-Karting founder had left Nigeria after, the business had been thrown into some kind of disarray and all of that. And this happened in America. It's crazy that.
Yeah.
And it had to be someone that knows him to gain access to him and all of that. It's so sad. So sad.
A young man.
Yeah, young man that really had his future and everything in front of him.
And another young person decided to, throw
him.
His own life as well away at this point. It's interesting. The kind of things that happen. But anyway, on that note, that is all we have to take today on The Bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow. Sorry, why do I keep saying that?
The Boom Bar will be back on Monday
at 3 p.m. West African time.
But Boom Radio stays all through 24/7.
Yes. Oh, have a beautiful, beautiful weekend.
Peace.